So yeah, so welcome everyone. I'm sharing my screen. अगर आप लोग मोबाइल पे हो ना तो you can just like उसको landscape mode में करके update कर लो, ये कर लो. So it will be easier to see. Okay. Uh, yes, there it is. So this is the so we had a good welcome call with the HQ last week, and last Sunday, एक हफ्ते पहले ही exactly. So the impact officer, as everyone knows, is a new role, and there have been people who have been selected from pretty much every hub, and there was a lot of discussion on the role, the activities, the uh, way things need to be done within the hub. So we were also given an understanding of what constitutes as a hub project and what constitutes as a hub activity. So there is difference, and we all of us need to understand that. So primarily I'll first yeah, so ये हमारा onboarding session का page है. I'll share these links also with you. So if you see, I'm here with the burning background. So I got a lot of accolades. Ki are very innovative background. I can actually put that up also right now. So anyway, so the highlights of the call were primarily that there were about 250 impact officers that joined in. There is a full recording of the session also here. And Acha Martin has put up the notes here, which are shared on this link जो मैंने आप लोगों के साथ share किया था. Now the thing is, the resources that we have been given, इसमें the idea for the impact officer primarily is to ensure that we as an organization or we as a hub are able to actually showcase our work in the best possible manner, and there is always an outcome oriented to the work that we're doing. So it's not कि प्रोजेक्ट करना है इसलिए प्रोजेक्ट कर रहे हैं, या like we're doing projects which have like we might like some projects that we're doing, but they may not be creating enough impact around us. So the idea is, can we influence our community around us, and like as global shapers really contribute through our projects. So that's the whole idea of like global shapers as a community, and us as impact officers, we want to keep a tab on these things, and like the core working will be obviously with the curator, vice curator, going forward, and ensuring that uh, the uh, the leadership is updated, the HQ is updated of whatever is happening here. एक second, just
Abhijit, आवाज नहीं आ रही.
sorry, yeah. So I'm not sure आप कितने लोगों ने कम्युनिटी ऑनबोर्डिंग गाइड देखा हुआ है जो अपने साथ में शेयर हुआ था. So do you see this, the global shippers community onboarding guide?
Yes.
Yeah. So इसमें I would suggest that everyone go through it. There is something that we are supposed to be primarily working upon, which is the theory of change model. So this is something which primarily enlists the activities as a hub that we're doing, and what is the change question that we answer. So यहाँ पे I would suggest, I will not go deep into this, यहाँ पे primarily मतलब I would say everyone as shapers, I think you should uh, understand what the operational process of the hub. So I would suggest all of you to go through this onboarding guide and किस type के projects होते हैं. So uh, that's there. Here we'll discuss more on this project planning template. So there was one uh, like mini quiz that happened, ki what constitutes as a hub project and what constitutes as a hub activity. So it's like I would be happy, like I can just do a quick discussion ki uh, let's say for example matlab Prerna, maybe can you tell a couple of activities that we did recently?
So I think the 21-day meditation thing would be a hub activity.
21-day meditation thing, what's everyone's suggestion? Ki 21-day meditation thing, was it an activity or was it a project?
Well, I think it was an activity.
Acha.
Yes, activity. I think it counts as an activity.
As a
Activity.
activity. Yeah. What would you count as कि हमने for example COVID के time पे, let's say for example we went around and we distributed food packets. Will that contribute as a project or as an activity?
Activity.
Yeah,
Aman,
I think so.
Aman, Abdul, maybe.
It would be counted as an activity, but think a project would be something which has a continuous impact, which aims towards one of the goal which we plan to achieve.
Okay. Aman,
Hello.
do you think like if we go and distribute food packets in a locality, uh, like will it be considered as a project or will it be considered? So let's say हमने कहीं पे जाके खाना बांटा and जो प्रेरणा ने ये 21 days का meditation का program किया. So was it a hub, like which one of it was an activity? Were both of them activities or was any one of them project?
Both of them should be activities, hub activities.
Okay, Richa. Hi, Richa.
Yeah, hi.
So
So, yeah, I heard the question. I would rather not consider the food packaging, matlab the food packets thing an activity over the 21 days meditation that we did, because I feel the food packets, like, that is our responsibility. I mean, we're doing that as like to help someone out or as a support to people. We can surely put that up as one of the, yeah, we can put that up as an activity, but I don't think giving that a name of a project would be appropriate.
okay, so yes, so a lot of us had the similar question. So like about 250 of us during the entire time. So we did this, like it was very well managed. उन्होंने quiz वगैरह करके they explained these things. So technically, anything that is beyond a singular event, मतलब for example, even if let's say we call क्या बोलते हैं, the Prime Minister of India or the President of India to give a talk in front of in a school, and that's managed by Global Shapers. So no matter how big the person is coming, if it's a single day event, then it is an activity. If it is a continuous set of events in which there is some sorts of change that we are able to measure, like there's some sorts of outcome that we are able to measure, that can very well be considered as a hub project. So technically, like the mental health project जो आपने किया था 21 days का, that can qualify as a hub project. Because it was not just a singular, मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि मैंने एक webinar किया और मतलब for example today's session, it's an activity, it's not a project कि मैंने एक session किया, I've given you information and that's done. So it's not that. It has to be a series of activities. So in some cases मतलब जैसे हमने like we do the shades of blue का program. So उसके लिए also I had raised the question कि will that qualify as an activity or will it be considered as a project. So in situations like these there is like यहाँ पे for example if you see this, a series of joint activities can sometimes qualify as project. So in case of let's say shades of blue specifically now, if we are able to measure the impact, what has been the degree of change that has happened in the community. Are like it could be, are people more aware about climate activities? Are uh, uh, like whatever, are people following good practices? All those things. So it, if we are like so there might be a few tweaks that we might have to do our existing projects to ensure that they can qualify as projects going forward with the like global shapers. Okay. And again, so there ideally I would again encourage everyone कि अगर आप top links नहीं use करते हो तो download the mobile app, use it. Amazing resource. Lot of people that you can meet across. Matlab, I've been part of several initiatives during COVID, and I got in touch with a lot of shapers across hubs. So it's amazing the kind of opportunities, the kind of networking that you get. So don't miss out on that. Matlab, typically आप Twitter, Instagram check करते हो तो make it a habit कि you just go through global, like the top link also. So the app is not that great, but then yeah, it at least gives you an idea. So yeah. Then yeah, so यहाँ पे then we have this impact officers का एक top link का library बनाया हुआ है, which is here. Here there is an entire like the work that we are supposed to do वो पूरा map करके रखा हुआ है. So I'm going through this. I haven't gone through all the stuff, but then it's pretty much everything that was covered during the call. Now this is something that I'll take you guys across. How do we actually plan a project? So the first thing that we need to do is whatever projects that have been done in the past, also we need to ensure that we make a list of those and update that on top link. So that's something that we should reach out to previous curators and understand ki kya kya hua hai, and put all of those things in order, and so that there is our hub is populated with more projects and something that has genuinely happened and had made sense in the past also. So this is the project planning template that we need to follow. So any project that we build out henceforth, and even the projects that we've done in the past, what I can do is I can just put this out on a like on a Google Doc, एक presentation पे, and all of us can just contribute to our own projects. एक इसका copy बना के you can just add any of the projects that you've led in the past and add it here, so we know क्या हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है. If there are any, like for example यहाँ पे measurable goals, timelines, resources, potential challenges, collaborators. If you need any more help here, I can help you out on that front. So technically, the impact area is something that needs to be enlisted. It may not be the same as mentioned here. Topics, subtopics, what is the impact, the desired impact. Let's say for example, मैंने like for example मैंने आज का session लिया. So my desired impact is everyone in the hub should be aware of what the impact officer role is and what we are doing, what are our responsibilities, and what the hub, like everyone in the hub is supposed to be doing. So that's my desired impact. Let's say for example like project mein again like project hai, so let's say considering your mental health project, so the desired impact is that people have been like not really keeping like are not focusing on their mental well-being during the lockdown. So our desired impact is people should feel better, right? So this is something which we technically like do, मतलब हमारे भी हमने जब गवर्नमेंट्स के साथ में भी काम किया हुआ है, so there's always a like there's always a feedback mechanism built in कि there's a before and after analysis that gets done कि पहले क्या state था, what are people's so your desired impacts, and that basically measures with your like that basically connects with your measurable goals कि what are you exactly measuring, ठीक है कि are you measuring how many people participated, are you measuring uh, the the change in thought process of people, are you measuring the economic upliftment, are you like whatever it could be different for each and every project. I can show you guys हमने जो हमारा वृक्ष के लिए भी theory of change model बनाया, so this is technically this translates into a theory of change model. So that's what we need to build in timeline obviously ki, these could be again flexible. Do we have a specific start date, end date, do we have any major milestones, any targets to hit, all of that, any resources relevant to that project that need to be built in, what are the potential challenges we see that we might come to while executing the project, and collaborators like whatever agencies that we are collaborating with in terms of executing this project.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So projects are ongoing, right? Like they go on for probably a year or 2 years. So how are we going to define the timeline for that? I mean, do we define it till the next big goal that we have to achieve?
So the thing is we can always keep a goal like timelines में, let's say for example अभी शेड्स ऑफ ब्लू का है, सो शेड्स ऑफ ब्लू में हमारा एक साल का टारगेट है कि वी हैव टू रीच 100 स्कूल्स, ठीक है। तो लेट्स से मार्च तक के मैं 30 करूंगा, प्रॉब्ली मार्च टू में शायद नहीं हो पाएंगे क्योंकि छुट्टियां है, सो देयर लाइक 2 months देयर माइट बी 0, देन जुलाई अगस्त में आई विल डू मोर 30, देन आई विल डू अगेन 40 रिमेनिंग वैसे। सो दोज आर द टाइमलाइंस दैट टारगेट्स बेसिकली कि दिस इज समथिंग दैट वी नीड टू अचीव. Also because it keeps us in check, मतलब नहीं तो what happens is, and what has been happening like not just with our hub but a lot of others also, is we do projects as per like our own comfort and all of that, like though like I understand it's a voluntary activity, but then if we have certain targets we can obviously work towards it, ठीक है. So rather than कि नहीं यार ये महीने में नहीं हो पा रहा, ये नहीं हो पा रहा, once we know कि this is something that we have to achieve, so then someone or the other in the hub can actually take that up and execute it, right? So that's something that we need to put forward in, and ideally like जैसे अगर ongoing projects है तो obviously timelines की, or maybe let's say we define कि हमने 2 साल में ये किया है, or even if it's going to be an ongoing activity, so let's say कि हमने ongoing activity की हमारे पास में अगर नागपुर में 200 schools है, तो our target is कि 2 years में we have to complete those 200 schools, right? So something like that. So and then probably move to, or there could be another timeline, मतलब another option कि नागपुर में हो गया तो can we do around our cities, like around नागपुर कि वहाँ पे 2-3 cities में हमने expand कर लिया, so something like that. So those are the few things that we can put forward. And
So do we have to update these templates on top link also?
this is internal, but we can obviously add it on top link जो हमारा project बनता है. So technically we can add all of this as a post when we put like when we post our project. So when a project gets accepted, this could be our first post there. So that's there. फिर बाद में yes, this is done. Yeah. So this is then project tracker जो मैं बोल रहा था कि here we need to draft in all our overall projects. So this is the project tracker template. तो ये पूरे पास्ट प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए अपने को अप करना है. So I'll make a copy of all of this. So I'll just
So Abhijit, I would really suggest कि ये जितने भी है ना, like the template also and this project tracker also, एक in some document which can be edited. If you could just mail it to all the project leads.
हाँ. So I'll
So
share that out. और ये all I'll create an individual copy for our hub and then share it with everyone. ठीक है?
yeah. Or you can just upload it on Drive and then make it editable so everybody can contribute. तो एक जगह रहेगा.
Exactly. So I'm going to create like a drive for us, like Google Drive folder, and I think everything can be posted on top of that then. ठीक है?
Yeah.
So ये एक हो गया. Then yes. Action plan, yes. So then there is a checklist that we've been given, what we as impact officers need to do. So there are short-term goals, there are mid-term goals, and there are long-term goals that we need to achieve. And there is a monthly checklist that we've been we've been given. So one is we have to design our theory of change model for our community. So this is something that we can have a more in-depth discussion maybe next week, sometime next weekend. And this will be a free-flowing discussion where we need to design our TOC. Okay? And I would suggest that everyone can start thinking on these lines. Next is again, whatever projects we need, everyone needs to understand what are our impact areas, what actually constitutes as a hub project, and how do we showcase everything on Toplink. Okay.
Right.
So yeah, and then I think yes. So some of the things that we need to answer is like what would I want to achieve being an impact officer for the hub. So primarily my personal target is we are able to identify, execute projects which have really high impact. We are able to facilitate more partnerships with multiple organizations and facilitate cross-up collaborations. So cross-up collaboration has been like the core topic in pretty much a bunch of the Global Shapers sessions that I attended in the past 2 months. So everyone is talking about cross-up collaborations, and as impact officers, I think we have the capacity to enable that. And I think Prerna, you and Abhinav, आप दोनों भी curators के group में हो. So the idea is कि everyone, जैसे हमने दिल्ली के साथ में किया, that there was like the period on my period project, they are doing something, we are doing something similar. So can we just join forces and increase the impact of it? So that's something that we need to focus upon. So wherever I think हमारे similar projects कुछ हो रहे हैं, or we see that as individuals we are able to identify projects that are keen to our other members also who they want to take up. So can we engage something like that, right? So that
So ऐसा कुछ एक प्लेटफॉर्म क्रिएट हो सकता है क्या? टॉपलिंक पे इतना क्लैरिटी नहीं है कि प्रोजेक्ट्स के कौन से प्रोजेक्ट्स कहाँ पे चल रहे हैं.
To spend some more time in terms of understanding. मतलब मैंने काफी समय अभी, like the thing is, it's typically using like a new software. Like the more time you invest into it, you will understand. So pretty much everything is listed out on Toplink.
It is listed, but user friendly नहीं है इतना. एंड उस पे प्रोजेक्ट्स यानी जैसे अभी जैसे अगर मेरे को एनवायरनमेंट से रिलेटेड जो भी प्रोजेक्ट्स चल रहे हैं दूसरे हब में, तो मेरे को अगर सर्च करना है तो वो इतना यूजर फ्रेंडली नहीं, यानी सर्च नहीं कर पाऊंगा मैं इतनी इजीली.
Actually, so I can quickly share that also with you. So this is my Toplink profile. Do you guys see this? Yeah. So यहाँ पे it's something simple as you just search कि क्या बोल रहा था अभिनव, environment. Yeah. So yeah, you come here. I just that's there. You just have to do a quick search.
Yeah, Abhinav, what I have realized over time is top link using it from the phone is much more difficult than using it on मतलब from the website. वो app में वो बहुत ज़्यादा problem होता है. But if you use it from the laptop, it is not very smooth, but
Yeah,
it's
it's very
easier.
so. See, Abhi, you said environment के लिए. I just did a quick search. I can identify यहाँ पे. Do I want to search for people? Do I want to search for projects, events, or community? So I can just और चलो ठीक है. Anything specific in environment that you want to look?
Climate change.
अच्छा चलो ठीक है. So climate change में मैंने अगर if I search in okay organizations, yeah, so there are these few centers that are there. If you want to connect with them, this is the person. So all of that is listed out there. So it's a plain simple task of just searching it out. So and again, like you can see pretty much everything. You can have insight areas. So for example, I have put in the topics that I follow, so I can always follow topics that are of my interest, and then I keep getting updates based on that. Okay. So here that's there. And I think what has happened recently is they have mapped all of World Economic Forum with toppling. So it is an open forum. So the Global Shapers Initiative is also mapped with the other initiatives. So you can pretty much search everyone in WEF over here. So that's the thing. So I think you just like engage on top link with a lot of people. So you see there, and whenever you post, I think so it always gives you an option कि do you want to post it to the Nagpur hub. मैं ये cancel कर I can just say कि I want to share it with the Global Shapers community, and I just do test, and I can just मैं इसको फिलहाल Nagpur hub पे करता हूँ, and I can just post it out here. So, and probably you guys.
So I have a question.
Yes.
So something that we upload in the projects wala space will be visible to everybody, right?
Yes. So you need to add that. So for example, मैं यहाँ पे जाता हूँ. So the thing is, yeah. So here, if you see, ये देखो, यहाँ पे when I've posted, I've added activity में एक second. So you can add where the communities that you want to. Yeah. I'm not sure. I can't remember. No, it just goes on. Acha, हाँ. Here you can like notify everyone who's following the project by you.
Following the project.
That's there. Well, you can't post it to everyone, but then what you can do instead is you can just post it over your home screen and link the project. So the meeting might end. Okay, you can just rejoin the link.
Right.
And yeah. So here, so it's like check out my. So here I've just put out the link to the project, and
So this would go only in the Nagpur hub.
yeah. So I've
And
mentioned that it only goes in the Nagpur hub. I think I'm not sure if
right.
the link in here, but technically it should have shown it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that those are the
I would really suggest that once we start meeting in person, so we will have like a quick 30-minute session on top link.
So we can just do a session online also, yeah.
Yeah, online.
मतलब
This was
online
supposed to be that, but we'll get to that. But मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि in person ना अगर आप ऐसे बताओ
हाँ,
so people will pay attention.
नहीं, definitely.
Also, Aman, Richa, Abdul, if you can turn on your cameras, so it's more interactive and more I don't know, it's easier.
yes.
So yes, thank you.
So yeah, if we just let me just end the meeting and we can quickly rejoin.